Here's my top 5 CSGO skins I wish were on better weapons. Now I want to start this video by saying I know it's cool that these lesser used guns still have cool skins, and I wouldn't want to take that away. Instead I want to point out how nice some of them are and speculate which of the more used guns in CSGO would look cool with these patterns. With that out of the way, let's get started. So we're going to start with the UMP Primal Saber. Now the UMP is a decent gun, but it's probably one of my least used SMGs, as I normally opt for a MAC 10 or an MP9 on a more eco round, and something like a P90 if not. This leaves guns like the UMP and the PP Bison in a bit of an awkward middle spot for me. With the Primal Saber however, I love the light blue colours and the skull decal. I could definitely see this as a really cool AWP skin maybe, and I think that would probably be really popular. And the Negev Mjolnir, I think I've said that right, is really cool, and that's potentially why it's stupidly expensive. Well, that and its ability to trade up to the AWP Gungnir, which at the time of recording is worth over $17,000 in factory new. Honestly, I'd love to see this pattern used on another gun because I'm not a massive Negev user, but this skin is really cool. That being said, the Negev is definitely better than the next gun in this video, the M249. Somehow the most expensive gun in the game, like why I've never seen anyone buy this. But it does feature a skin I really like. It's not as fancy as some of the other skins in this video, but I really like the colour scheme of the Spectre. It's a really cheap skin at around 25p or so in factory new, but something about the marbly pattern with the yellow and blue does look quite cool. I feel like it would look cool as a USPS skin, or maybe an AUG skin. The Nova Baroque Orange is next, and it has sort of an old medieval European sort of vibe. It's a really cool pattern, and I'd love to see this skin rolled out onto a few more weapons, although I'd say something like a pistol would be better. As a gun with too much camo space, it could get quite distracting with such an intricate pattern. Lastly, if you watch my gold inventory video, which if you haven't seen I recommend you go watch, you will have seen the Mag 7 Justice, and that's actually what inspired this video. It's a really cool blue and gold skin, which is again on a gun I rarely ever use. I feel like if this was an AK or an M4 skin, this would be really popular and certainly fetch a lot more than the current £11 asking price for factory new on the Mag 7. Now before we finish, we have a few honourable mentions. We have the Dual Beretta's Cobra Strike. Also on the Dual Berettas we have the Royal Consorts, the CZ75 Auto Zhang Liu, I think. And lastly, the R8 Revolver Crazy 8. So, what do you think of these skins? Do you agree? Let me know in the comments below, and if you're new to the channel, consider checking out my Building an Inventory at Every Price Point series. You can find a link in the description.